questions or do random things, and then I pour juice on my head. Anyways, you guys, today you might be like, JoJo, I know where you're at. This is where JoJo juice was last week. And that is correct, because I am actually back at the exact same hotel that I was at last week. And in fact, I am actually in the exact same room. But let me get to why I'm in this hotel. So I'm actually going on book tour right now. Boom, right there. Those are the dates. I would love to meet you guys on book tour. Most of the tour stops are already sold out. The only ones that aren't sold out are the only ones that we didn't put tickets out for. But seriously, you guys, it's gonna be so fun to get to meet all you. I've already done one tour stop and it was amazing. Over 1,000 people. Like, it's just crazy. Anyways, you guys, so you might be like, JoJo, the thumbnail and the title of this was something around the lines of Biggest Secret. And that is because today I'm actually gonna be reading you a story off of my book. And that is actually a story that is very close to my heart for me and means so much to me. And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. But I cannot tell you why before I cue the sad music and cue the sad lighting. So boom! Aw, sad music now. But seriously, guys, okay, so now I know I'm not really a serious person, but this actually is a very serious matter to me, and I think that it's just really important to share this with you guys. So I have a book! Okay, no, that wasn't the thing that I need to share, but I do need to share that with you guys. Okay, so seriously, I do have a book, and my book actually just came out yesterday, which is like crazy, but this book actually means so much to me, and there's one story in here, in this exact very book, that means so much to me. And so everything in here is literally my words, my writing, like it's literally everything I say. So from everything to like switching lawn to grass, like literally it's all the same. So there's one story in here, let me find it really quick. Okay, so I actually found it in the book. It is very easy to find. So it's in the first chapter and it starts at the end of page 5. And this story actually means so much to me, and this is one of my favorite stories to tell to like my close friends, but I've actually never like shared it publicly. So like with the book, this is one of my first times sharing this like super publicly, and now with this video, it's one of my first times sharing it publicly. So I'm gonna set this book down and then I'm gonna get right into the story. So if you don't know, I am homeschooled, and so when I went to school, I went back for 3rd grade. I went back for a quarter or a semester. I honestly can't remember. But I went back for a quarter or a semester for a few reasons. One, to make sure like my mom made sure I was like on track, and 2, to be like, do I want to go to school? Do I want to experience this? Both of them were like kind of correct in a way. One, the first one was I was totally on track. I got like 100% on my state testing. And then 2, I obviously love homeschool, and that's what I'm doing now today. But the one reason why I'm really, really, really glad that I went back to that school is it was a public school. But the reason why I'm really happy that I went back there is because it really changed my mind on the way I looked at life. So I'm just gonna explain this story off of my head, because there's no need for me to read it off the page, because it is my story, my words, and it'll be pretty much the exact same as what's in there. Sometimes I change my words up, but you know what I'm saying. So basically, when I went to 3rd grade, there was this little girl. Now, I'm not gonna share her name with you because that's like private information, basically. So in the book, her name is Lucy. So I went to 3rd grade, and this little girl named Lucy was special needs, and it was my first day there. I was coming in at the end of the semester or quarter. I don't remember which one specifically. So I went there, and we were at recess for the very first time. I might get into a little bit more detail too. So I went to recess for like the first time, and there was this little girl sitting on this like the slide, like top of the slide, and her name was Lucy. And these little girls came up to me, like who were like the cool kids in the school, and were like, "That's Lucy. We don't like her, so don't hang out with her." And at the time, I was 8 or 9. I was 8, so I mean, I didn't really know what bullying was, and I didn't really know what to do about it. And so I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna like go with it because I don't really know. So then throughout the whole school year, no one hang out with her. She cries all the time, and now looking back at it, I just wish that I would have like hung out with her, invited her over to my house, because even though she was different from all of us, she's still a person, and she was still probably really nice and probably really fun. But seriously, so back to the big story. So things went on through the whole year, and by the end of the school year, we had like an ice cream party. So now basically how it worked is we all had ice cream pitchers on the wall. So you started with your bowl, just your bowl. So you started with your bowl, and how you would get your bowl is if you did like your multiplication facts. So basically it was like a multiplication time facts. I feel like I'm saying this in like riddles, so just try to follow along. So we did like multiplication time facts. So if you don't know what that is and you are little, so like 0 times 0, and then 1 times 1, and then 2 times 2. So like it would be like 0 times 0, 1 times 0, 2 times 0, 3 times 0, and then so on until 12. And you did all of those through 8, all of those through 9, all of those through 10, all of 11, 12, and it ended at 12, but you did every number from 0 to 12, right? And so if you did your zeros, 0 times 1, 0 times 2, 0 times 3, 0 times 4, you got a bowl. And if you got your ones, you got 0 times 1, 0 times 2, 0 times 3, 0 times 4. You got your whipped cream. Then if you got 0 times 2, 0 times 1 times 2, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, 2 times 4. I feel like I messed up on the ones, but it's okay. You kind of know what I'm saying. So basically, if you got those, you got different things in your ice cream. So you could build a huge ice cream sundae. So now for someone like me, I am actually like, I'm not bragging 1% at all. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm very advanced in school. And so I got everything. So I had a bowl with whipped cream and cherries and ice cream and another scoop of ice cream and sprinkles and bananas and chocolate sauce and peanut butter sauce. Like you could literally, like the list goes, you had 12 different things that you could get in there. Bananas, like you made like a banana split, right? And so then at the end of the school year, I almost just said her name. Where am I at? Lucy. So Lucy at the end of the school year actually only had a bowl with whipped cream. And I just remember looking at her, and we're all sitting over here. She was the only one in the class who had that. And so I just remember looking at her, and she was just crying. Oh, it's my dog eating. She was just crying. She had her head in her hands like this, and she was just bawling her eyes out with her bowl of whipped cream. She like wasn't even eating it. And I remember looking over at her, and we all were in the cafeteria, probably 200 kids in the cafeteria, and I just remember being like, no, that is wrong. I was like, something switched in my mind, and I was like, that is not right. Like, I'm fixing this. So if you got like all of them, you could have unlimited ice cream, right? So I went up to the little ice cream buffet, and I actually got another bowl of ice cream, right? And I went back and I gave it to Cheyenne. I went over and sat by her. Mind you, she was sitting in a corner all by herself. Like, that is how mean some of the kids were. Like, and like, not saying kids were mean. Like, kids don't really know the difference between right and wrong when you're that little. Like, 14 is really the age when you know right and wrong. But it just shows you how when someone acts different, it just mainly looks, it just like has a weird effect on people, and it's just a terrible, unfortunate thing. And so basically, so she was crying in the corner with her hands in her head, and she was all by herself. Now, mind you, it's like not a big size cafeteria. There's 200 kids in the cafeteria. Everyone's smushed together. She has the seat next to her, probably 3 seats next to her where someone could have sat, and then like across from her too. Like, I'm telling you, no one would sit by her. And I just remember getting that ice cream and going and sitting by her because I was like, I want to make a difference in her life. So, basically, I went over and I sat by her, and this is where the story gets happy, so cue the happy music again. So I went over and I sat by her, and she kind of looked up, like I can't even tell you, like no one at the school ever like talked to her, hung out with her, did anything nice. So, I went over and I sat by her, and mind you too, this is 100% a true story. Like I don't make any of this up, like this it's seriously like so close to my heart for me. So I went over and I sat by her. I need to continue along the story. So I went over and I sat by her. I feel like I said like 15 times, it doesn't matter. So I went over and I sat by her, and I kind of like touched her, like rubbed her on her back, and I was like, hey, I made you something. And I passed her the bowl of ice cream, and she like looked up at me, and she just started like crying with happiness. Because like, imagine seeing everyone else eat ice cream and have these amazing sundaes, and you, because you have a medical issue, like and people think you're so different, and you're not, like, be sitting in a corner crying because you only have a bowl of whipped cream. Like, it's just not right. And so that was the day when I really was like, you know, this is not okay. I want to make a change in her life. I want to make a change in everyone's life. And I told her, I said, you know, it's just enjoy. Like, you can have mine. And then it ended up, after I went over and sat by her and talked to her for probably 2.5 minutes, everyone after those 2.5 minutes came over and all just kind of like scooched down and sat by her, and we're all friends at the end of the day. So now after that, I left the school, and the only thing that I can know, like, that was like the end of the year, just her last school day, and I didn't return to that school just because I want to be homeschooled again. But the only thing that I wish is that she went back to that school and those kids were nice to her. I mean, I think about that almost every day, and I really hope that they are not mean to her, cruel to her. And I think, here's the thing, you guys, is this is like advice for you now. So every school, every dance class, every gymnastics class, every soccer team, every baseball team, everything has their categories of people. So they have like the baby, the weird one, the nice one, the pretty one, the smart one, the funny one, the goofy one, the nerd. Like, they all have like their different categories. And you know, it's like, it's not fine, but it's fine to do that because like it's a just thing that every single person in this world does, and like it's not right to categorize people, but it doesn't even matter. But what I'm saying is, if there is that one person in your group who you know doesn't hang out with people, who you know goes home after school and cries because they don't have friends at that school, I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to be a Siwa, and I need you to go up to that person tomorrow at school. This is a posting on a Wednesday, so I need you to go up on a Thursday. If you're watching this on a Saturday, I need you to go to it on Monday. If you're watching this on a Friday, you need to be there on Monday and do this. I want you to go up to them, and I want you to say, you want to come over after school today? And just see what they say. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. One day after school, one day. Just try it. Just try it. They might be really nice and might be your new best friend. And you know what? If your other friends are making fun of you for doing that, you need to tell them that, you're wrong. You need to stand up to the bullies. You don't need to be mean to them, but you definitely should stand up and make a change and just say, she's actually a really nice person. She or he, doesn't matter. They're actually a really nice person, and I enjoy hanging out with her. And, there's this little movie called ODER. And this little boy has like a facial disorder, and he like makes friends with one of the cool boys, and then the cool boy is like, why are you hanging out with him? Like, we're not gonna like you. And he goes, because he's actually my real friend, something like that. So I want you to go to school, and I want you to go up to that person. You know who it is in your school, because every school has one. And I just want you to go. You want to hang out? You want to be friends? Let's get together at recess. You want to sit by me at lunch? Even if you don't want to do that, just go up and say, hey, I really like your shirt today. Something as little as that can make a change in their day. You might not think it can, but it can. If you want to be really nice too, just go sit by them. Don't even make it like, hey, do you want to? Just go kind of hang out. Just kind of be friends. And it's that easy, and it makes that person's life. And I promise you, like, I saw in Lucy's eyes that day that it really, truthfully made her life. And like, that's why this story like literally changed my life. After that day, I remember going home and being like, mom, these people were so mean to her. But then I like helped her because I felt so bad, and my mom was like, good job. She was like, good for you. So that was my story, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back, and I'm actually gonna do JoJo juice right here, and here's why. Because I have a bottle of haterade right here, and let me tell you, I'm not even gonna pour it on my head because the haters do not matter, and there is no reason that we should be worried about the haters, so just throw the haterade away and let's all be friends. Alright, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for making it to the end of this story, because I know it was a long one, but it really does mean the most out of anything to me, so thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of you, too, who have supported the book. Like, this is just crazy, you guys. I don't even think you understand. Like, this is just amazing. Okay, but seriously, you guys, like, I can't even tell you, thank you so much. Make sure you go up to someone at school, or if you don't go to school, someone at dance class or anything, and just, be nice to them. Do me that favor. Just do it for me, okay? I love you guys so much, and peace out.